So if we can attack each one or just a few of them, we can crush them in their ports before piecemeal, so we can use all of our strength against a fraction of theirs, which is a great tactic, obviously. And the Queen repeatedly said, no, that's going too far. Like, we haven't started an all-out war yet. We haven't attacked their mainland, and Elizabeth said, I don't want to be the one to kick this off like that. But eventually, she allowed herself to be convinced, basically. So there was this weird kind of episode where the Queen finally gave in and said to Drake, yes, you can go and attack the Spanish in their own ports. And so he set off. Then the Queen, quote unquote, changed her mind and sent another letter saying, come back, don't attack the Spanish. But Drake, I kind of think he purposely didn't get it, or he said, oh, I've already sailed, or he refused to open the letter, or refused to let the messenger boat come up against his ship, or whatever, something like that. He just said, I was too late. I didn't get your letter till I'd already started the war, kind of thing.
It's kind of maddening indecision from her, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, is it that, or is it she's just doing this weird thing where she's covering herself, so that if anyone can say you are guilty for starting this war, she can go, no, look, I tried to stop it. I did stop the war. I didn't start the war, but it was just a misunderstanding. It's like weird kind of, she does that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird, shitty, pissy, weak policy though, isn't it?
It is, but that's what it was, so kind of personal, her foreign policy was just like that. She would play on the fact, she'd go, oh, I'm just a woman, I don't know what I'm doing, women are changeable, she'd say stuff like that as just a way of just delaying all the time. That was her most powerful kind of political tactic, was to change her mind, keep people off guard. She'd say something for years, and then when the thing was about to happen, she'd go, oh no, I've changed my mind, no, and then it wouldn't happen. And then the French ambassador had wasted 6 years trying to get this one thing to happen, and she'd just kept hinting for all those years that this thing was going to happen, and then at the last minute she'd go, oh no. It was like a way to keep them busy and keep them off balance and stuff, and keep them doing stuff that she'd never had any intention of doing. And I think she was quite clever at that stuff. She was obviously genuinely fickle and changeable, but she also played it up massively just to get her way, basically. But anyway,
yeah,
so
she was in a tough spot as well. Let's not forget. I mean, it was a difficult position she found herself in. If I could do another very quick quote from the book This Sceptred Isle by Christopher Lee, he writes, quote, Elizabeth was moody and she was cautious to the point of indecisiveness, and she could not shed her three great burdens, the security of her nation, the constantly emptying treasury, and her succession. Moreover, she was not helped by the rivalry amongst her courtiers. End quote. So it's easy enough for me to sit here in my armchair, as it were, slagging off her foreign policy. But she was in a tough spot, and I mean, in the end, she was never murdered or usurped or anything. So she did well, I suppose.
Yeah, it worked ultimately. It did whatever she was, all the stuff she was doing, all that crazy stuff. It did keep England out of war. When the rest of Europe, especially Northern Europe, was descending into chaos, the English streets were safe throughout her reign. So it worked.
I'll see you all in clink, in the name of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth.
Mr. Tilney! Have a care with my name, you will wear it out.